those propagated by the Indian media, or be it the way West looks at India. I mean, on one day we are told that India has become intolerant, quote unquote, and the other day we are told that India is taking away citizenship of Muslims. And if you read papers like the NYT or the Economist, it's almost like suddenly religious minorities have become like second-class citizens in India, etc. So I mean, I want to come to what motivates that a little later, but I want to ask you, how do you see these narratives, juxtaposed with the reality of Muslims in India? Be it from your own, I mean, drawing from your own personal experiences, or just as an observer.
Look, man, first of all, intolerant doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Right.
It can simply mean that you have a low tolerance for stupid nonsense. I don't think intolerance is a bad label. I'm intolerant, and I'll say it proudly. There are some things I don't tolerate, and everybody has that. You have some things that you don't like. Now, coming to the topic of Muslims in India, they're often compared to blacks in America. Like you can see in the phrasing some of the things they say about blacks over there in the US. Here, our Desi liberals are just copy pasting the same thing.
Yeah.
They're learning all this nonsense from there. Now, the difference between blacks and Muslims is that blacks have been historically disenfranchised, don't you think?
Yes.
They were kept as slaves. There is generational poverty there.
Right.
But I don't think Muslims in India have suffered the same thing, have they?
Right.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
We didn't have it as bad as the blacks.
Yes.
And it's not like we're treated as second-class citizens here. That being said, I must say there is animosity among religions, but that's just because there definitely is animosity and disagreement between different religions. Like Muslims don't like certain things about Hindus.
Right.
Like there is no, like Muslims might frown upon, say, a Hindu drinking alcohol because we really look down upon alcohol consumption. Likewise, there are many things Muslims do which Hindus don't like eating beef, for example, or even eating meat, some vegetarian sects of Hinduism.
Right.
So that difference of opinion will be there.
Right.
But we are getting along still. Why? Because we are tolerant to some extent. We don't like things about each other. I mean, if you agree with each other 100%, what is there to tolerate? Huh? I think that's the goodness of the people here in India, that we are a tolerant society. And despite these differences, we somehow get along. And there definitely is friction, 100%. I'm not, I mean, you would be living in a fool's paradise if you say, oh, it's all communal harmony and rainbows and sunshine and little rabbits running around. That's not the situation, let's face it. There definitely is communalism, intolerance, and animosity, which is why we should be more responsible with our words and be careful not to spark disturbance in what is a delicate situation. We should all act responsibly to maintain this fragile peace, as I see it. But the media seems to be doing the exact opposite. I mean, they don't care if towns burn, if people die in riots. They need their clicks, they need their articles, and they need their propaganda spread. Sometimes they're paid by their political overlords to do this. And yeah, so this is a very unfortunate situation, fake news. And the victim narrative, they're only making it worse. I mean, we would very much like Hindus and Muslims to coexist despite our differences, but some people, they're spreading fake news. For example, I think it was Rana Ayyub,
Right. Yeah.
who spread this very, very disturbing story and complete falsehood that a Muslim woman was sent back from a hospital. They refused her treatment because she was Muslim.
Right.
Did you hear about this?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Which is absolute nonsense.
Right.
It was just a woman who happened to be a Muslim who went to that hospital, and she was turned away because they did not have that particular facility. They referred her to another hospital. That's all that happened.
Right.
And you see the way these people spin this.
Right.
And she had pinned that tweet to the top of her profile. A Muslim has done that in the month of Ramadan, I noticed last year. In the month of Ramadan, you're saying such a horrible lie. I mean, doesn't your Allah frown upon that?
Right.
What kind of Muslim is this?
Right.
who does such things in Ramadan? I can give you many, many examples like this, many examples. Like there was that girl in Uttar Pradesh, I think, Khanam was her name, who lied, blatantly lied about how she was harassed by a group of Hindus because of her Muslimness. But like they said, we live in the age of self-surveillance. Self-surveillance. Everybody was filming with their mobile phones in the bus, and they found that she was just dancing, enjoying, having a merry time, and she was exposed for her lies. And there are many, many incidents like this, unfortunately, who are trying to break the unity of this country. And we should be smart enough to look through them.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net.